Okay, let's get right into it. We are going to crack the code on one of the trickiest, most important parts of the higher PE exam, the explain question. If you stick with me, I promise that by the end of this, you'll have a simple, super powerful formula to lock in those top marks.
So, does the thought of the written paper make you feel a little overwhelmed? Yeah, you're definitely not alone. It is designed to be tough, but the good news is there's a system for mastering it, and that's exactly what we're going to walk through, step by step, together.
All right, here is our game plan for today. We'll start with the exam challenge itself. Then we'll crack the command words, I'll give you a foolproof explain formula, and we'll see how it works with the different factors and a real-life scenario. And finally, we'll wrap up with your key takeaway. Sound good? Let's go.
First up, the exam challenge. You know, to beat any exam, you first have to understand it. So let's quickly break down how you're actually being assessed in higher PE.
It's really simple when you think about it. The whole course is basically split in two. Your performance is all about what you can physically do on the court or on the field. But the exam, well, that's all about what you know. It's where you prove you get the theory behind why you do what you do. And that's our focus today.
Now, this next part is absolutely crucial. Seriously, the secret to getting high marks isn't just about knowing your stuff, it's about understanding exactly what the question is asking you to do. And that all comes down to cracking the command words.
I want you to think of these command words as a ladder. At the bottom, you have identify. That's just pointing something out. Then you climb up to describe, which asks for a bit more detail. But explain, our focus right now, is that critical middle rung. This is where you have to make connections and answer why something happens. So many people lose marks here because they just describe when they should be explaining cause and effect. If you can nail this step, you're well on your way to the top.
So, how do we make sure we master that explain rung every single time? Easy. We use a simple, repeatable formula. I want you to think of this as your secret weapon, your code breaker for any explain question the exam can possibly throw at you.
Let's just be crystal clear on what the SQA actually means by explain. It is not just describing something. It is all about making the relationship between things clear. You have to show the cause, and then you have to show the effect. You're answering why or how a particular factor impacts performance.
And here it is, your three-step formula. It's that simple. Step 1, make a clear point. Step 2, provide the cause or the reason behind it. And step 3, explain the final impact it has on performance. Point, cause, impact. Burn that into your brain. Now let's put it to work.
Okay, this is where it gets real. Let's take our shiny new formula and apply it directly to the 4 factors you need to know inside and out for this exam. Time to put the theory into practice.
And you already know what they are, right? Everything in higher P really revolves around these 4 big factors: mental, emotional, social, and physical. The goal is to be able to use our new explain formula on any single one of them, no problem.
Okay, let's imagine you open your exam paper and you see this. Explain the impact of a mental factor on performance. It's simple, it's direct. So how do we attack it? We use our 3-step formula.
Let's break it down. Our point is low concentration. Simple. What's the cause? Well, this means the performer might miss important cues in the game, like a teammate making a run. And what's the final impact on their performance? They make a poor decision, like a misplaced pass. See? Point, cause, impact. It creates a complete, logical, and high-scoring answer.
Let's do it again, just to prove it works every time. Let's run it back, this time with an emotional factor. The question, explain the impact of an emotional factor on performance. Okay, watch this. Our point, a player is feeling angry. The cause? That anger leads to increased muscle tension and aggression. Maybe they're gripping their golf club way too tight. And the impact? A total loss of fine motor control, which results in a terrible, inaccurate putt. You see? It's the same formula. It just works for any factor you can think of.
All right, you ready to take this up a level? Let's talk about the big one, the exam's scenario section. This is where you really get to show off your knowledge by applying it to a specific situation. And guess what? It's just another perfect opportunity to use our point, cause, impact formula.
Now, the key thing to remember about this scenario is that it's always going to ask you to connect at least 2 different factors within the story they give you. It's really designed to test if you can apply your knowledge flexibly, on the fly.
So let's use a classic high-pressure scenario. Imagine this. A basketball player. They're in a loud, hostile away game. Final seconds on the clock. They get fouled, and now they have to shoot 2 free throws to win the whole match. The pressure is immense. Can you already start to spot the factors at play here?
Okay,
Let's break this down systematically using our formula. First, the emotional factor. The point is the intense pressure. This causes anxiety, an increased heart rate, and muscle tension. The direct impact, a rushed and poorly executed shot. Now, let's look at the social factor. The point is the loud, hostile crowd. This causes the player's focus to break. The impact? Their entire shooting routine is disrupted. See how we're just layering our explanations right inside the story? It's perfect.
So what does this all mean? Let's wrap it all up. You now have the exact tool you need to master any explain question. You haven't just learned the code, you have officially cracked it.
This right here is your toolkit for success. It's that simple. First, know the command word ladder. Second, always use the three-step explain formula. Point, cause, impact. Third, apply that formula to all four factors. And fourth, use it to systematically break down any scenario they give.
And that's it. You now have the key to unlock those higher marks. So the only question left is, what are you going to do with it? Now that you know how to break these questions down, which factor will you analyze first in your revision tonight? Get to it, and good luck.